up? What up? What up? What up? I hope you are doing great. This is live on the YouTube. That's right, on YouTube. The YouTube. Are you kidding me, Dwayne? Did you just say the YouTube? Yeah, it is the spot right now. YouTube is where people can be free still. They're not caught up in all the regulated things that's happening over there on Facebook. Not that I have nothing to do or say anything bad about Facebook, trademark, of course. You know, what I am saying though is that there are some things that are happening, guys, that is causing people to lose their entire business online because of strategies that don't work anymore on Facebook. But anyway, I came in here live earlier today and I had a problem with the technology connecting when it comes to YouTube and Zoom, right? So I went on Zoom live and then I said I'm gonna push it out there to YouTube world, and it was out there, and things were just kind of, I don't know, it just wasn't going the way I thought it should go. Now, who am I? My name is Dwayne Ross, D. Ross, author of the book No More Crumbs for the Table, celebrating you, discovering your tag, your talent, your ability, your gift, and putting it to work in the earth. Soon to be just no more crumbs, right? You don't have to settle for the crumbs. You don't have to wait till somebody dies. You don't have to wait for somebody else to retire so you can take over that position. You can take what you know and turn it into cash flow. We're talking about bankable books. We're talking about bankable ideas. We're talking about bankable things that you can create from your intellect, some things that you love, the thing that's on the inside of you. We're talking about taking your passion and turning it into profits. So today live, I talked about this thing and I need to come back and say it all over again, because when I was sharing the presentation, it was two echoes. It was like my voice and then it was what they were sending out after the fact. It was like a 10-second delay or something like that. And it just was terrible, guys. I looked at it. I said, you know what? I can't leave this up. So I'm going to get rid of it. I'm going to go back. But right now I'm going live because I got somewhere to go. I got some things to do. So I had to change up my schedule, change up some things. I hope you are here and you're listening to get some cool nuggets, because this is Black Friday Live, right? Black Friday Live. I put this out on the internet. I've been sending it all over the place. And I said, hey, you know what? I'm going to get some people out there that's interested or not interested, but I'm definitely going to do it. I'm not going to like wait to see if I got any people that's going to show up, right? Because some people are going to see this on the replay. Some of you are going to see this on the replay. And if you see it on the replay, just do me a favor. When you put a comment, put replay in front of it. That way I know this came after the fact versus live right now. But if you're coming across me right now live, I want to say welcome, 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 welcome. I want to say I thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Now I'm going to give it some time for it to kind of warm up over the internet, right? It takes like 3 to 5 minutes for it to kind of get to the algorithm, and then share it with all the people who are connected with me, subscribers and other people who are connected and things of this nature. This is all out on the internet, so I don't know who's watching. I don't know. They don't have to be signed in to watch. They can watch from wherever they are. But the fact remains, I'm talking about that bankable book. I'm talking about that bankable story. I'm talking about that bankable idea that you have not even birthed yet. You see, I know that you have something on the inside of you, right? You have that greatness that just needs to be cultivated. And if I can help you cultivate that thing, you can take what you know, turn it into cash flow, elevate your expertise. That's right. This is my shirt, Elevate. This is part of my merch. If you're interested in getting one of these, just let me know. I could get that to you soon as well. It takes I'd say maybe 3 to 10 days for you to get it. So let's just say 2 weeks, right? Because of the fulfillment company and all that kind of stuff. I'm working on getting a better fulfillment company that can do it like quicker. But at this time, I might have to have some on hand, and instead of just doing print on demand, I'll just have a few that I can just send it to you. But here's the thing. It's all part of an idea that started with a workshop that became a book, that became merchandise, that became a shirt, that became a coaching program, that became a speaking event. And for this $9.99 when I first did this, now they're up to $14.99. But when I first did it, right, it was $9.99. Now, I will say it got me a $3,000 an hour speaking event. A 999 book got me a $3,000 speaking event, right? So when you think about it, and there was multiple times that I had the speaking event, but I'm just using that one as an example, that this one idea, it had all these other things baked in it. And I want to talk to you about doing something regarding what you have and what's baked in yours. Now, I was on the Comeback Championship Summit, the Comeback Champion Summit, excuse me, earlier this year, and I talked about this idea of being on a stage, world-class stage with different people all over the place. You know, Myron Golden was there. You know, you see some of the celebrities here. These are great speakers. You know, Dr. Cheryl Wood was right there. Okay, so if you know any of these people, shout out to you because it's awesome, right? But here's the thing: some of these people, nobody even knows who they are, but they all have million-dollar businesses. Let me say that again. Some of these people you never heard of before, but they all have million-dollar businesses. Why is that, Dwayne? Well, let me ask you a question. Can you turn what you know and turn it into cash flow? Can you take the thing that you do good, you do great, you do exceptional, and package it and give it to other people so they can have a good time and you get paid? Hey, that's what the name of the game is. The fact is, I'm going to give you the play, right? I'm going to give you that access. I'm going to give you some things. I'm going to talk about some things. And then I'm going to invite you to go one-on-one with me or your group. Now, I got a group out there right now. It's called the Voices of the Mastermind. This is their draft. These are the stories of the masterminds. Now, these people, they all got together and they was coming together on a regular basis to just, learn more about the books that they read. And one of the things that they did is they invited me to speak at their event. And when I did, I asked the question. I was like, okay, so you've been reading other people's stories, but who's reading your story? Les Brown said it like this: history has been written, right? It's already been written. There's people that already wrote history, but currently you can write it right now. So who's writing your history? Who's taking down what you represent in the earth? I want to talk to you about your story. See, your story is profitable. Your story is something that you can take, cultivate, and squeeze, and you can squeeze out profits, right? You can squeeze out a business. You can squeeze out products. You can squeeze out opportunity that you may not see right now. But if I sit down with you for an hour in a discovery call, I can help you. So I want to give you something right off the bat. Go and get your free 30 minutes, 60-minute, or 90-minute, depending on what it is that you do, because you and I will have a conversation. And if it's 30 minutes, it's because, hey, you decided, hey, I don't even want to do this. If you talk to me and it's 60 minutes, more than likely, I'm showing you some steps, right? I'm going to give you one play that you can run and go after it your own self, right? All by yourself. Don't have to need me. And then if it's 90 minutes, it's because we decided to expand and really talk about putting you into my program. And inside that program, I'm helping you go from A to done. A to Z, right? A to done, right? Not just A to Z, but A to done. And here's what's happening. I'm also helping you with those questions. You see, you could buy all kind of programs, and I've done it myself, right? You buy all kind of programs, you put them into play, and you're trying to figure it out, and then you run into a gap. You run into a information gap. You run into okay, now what do I do next, right? And when you run into this whole idea, what do I do next? You get into a situation where you're like, I need a coach. I need somebody to give me this scoop. I need another play, coach. This guy keeps coming in on the left. What should I do? And he's going to say, okay, pitch out to the right, right? You need that other strategy. And so I want to help you with the strategy. Now, I got a couple of things going on. I had some book projects going on. All right. I want to share some with you as we are here tonight and how these things have just expanded. Now, there's one guy, he's in limbo right now. He's kind of like, we got started, got his book cover going. We got everything moving forward. I put some things on there to inspire him. I said, what if it was a New York Times bestseller? Let's shoot for that. Let's not just shoot for a book, but let's shoot for a New York Times bestseller, right? And so this Mr. Van Collins. So I put this out there for him to get excited, but he has some other things going on in his life. But for me, I'm still moving forward. And so my book project was how to set up your business credit and use it to leverage your ideas. Guess what? That is birth from my story. Okay, because I had a situation where I lost my jobs. I had one job, two jobs, three jobs at one time, trying to stay up with the times because I had got laid off. I'll talk about that in a bit, right? But have you ever been in a situation where you're doing everything right and then something comes along and snatches something from you? That's called getting laid off. Where you didn't do anything. You just working, 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 you're working overtime, you're doing all that stuff. And then all of a sudden, the company says, we got to go a different route. And you got to find and figure it out, right? So you got to find it or figure it out. So I've been there, and it caused me some serious heartache. Let me tell you. All right, but I'm helping you get your business credit straight, right? I'm working with legacy projects. This is a legacy project. This person right here, they wanted to make sure they honor their mother and father. Right, so they doing one of those things that's from the Bible, honor your mother and father. So they took the story of their mother and father and how they met and everything like that, and then the legacy that they have built and what they left on the earth for all the siblings. And then the picture on the back, you can see it's quite a bit of them. Right, they started with two, and two became all of them. And this family has even grown since then. Right, but that's the point. They're leaving a legacy. What legacy are you leaving? Right? And so I was born in Manhattan, right? And I was born in Manhattan in a situation where, hey, you know what? Lena Horne passed away at the same hospital I was at. I was born at, and I'm gonna tell you, Bill Clinton had heart surgery right there, right? But the lady that's on the left hand side, that's my mom, and that's me in the middle. And my mom was actually in the hospital. She came home, and when she came home, I was about 8 years old. Me and my brother, we playing, we just having a good time. And mom's sitting in the chair, and she's in the living room, and we're in the Bronx, and everything's going good for a second. And then all of a sudden, I noticed something. She wasn't answering us. Matter of fact, she wasn't moving. As a matter of fact, she had died in the chair, and we didn't even know it. I'm 8 years old. My mom dies. My uncle lives around the block, so instead of me like calling 911, I just ran to go get my uncle. She's not breathing, nothing's happening, she's not answering. All I knew is she's not doing something is I gotta get somebody, right? And for years, I carried this guilt inside. And I also carried this really strange guilt for my brother because my brother, I left him alone to play at my mom's feet. He didn't even have a clue she's gone, right? But that's part of my story. And because of that, I'm able to do some things with that story. So fast forward, I graduated from high school and I'm going to college. I'm at CW Post College, Long Island, and I'm having a great time, but I'm looking around and it looks like high school. It feels like high school. It smells like high school. It seemed like high school. So a friend of mine had already left and went to the Navy. So I said, you know what? My best friend actually. And I was like, hey, you know what? I think I might want to do something like that too. So I talked to my uncle. I talked to my what then was my what they call pops, right? And he said, go in the military, but be careful which one you choose. So I had to decide which one to choose. And I had talked to some people, and they said, Dwayne, you're a strategist. Your strategy. So go in the Air Force. And I put my football there because I was really good at football. I was really good at football, but I was only 5'9", 142 pounds. And they was looking for 6'1", 6'6", I mean 6'1", 6'2", about 200 and something. All right. And I just wasn't fitting the bill. So there was no scholarship for me. So I went in the Air Force. And when I did that, I gave myself to this country. But there was a time where I was out there, y'all, in the desert with real bullets, with real bombs, with real missiles. And I would load up a plane knowing that it's filled, it's ready to go. And then that plane would come back empty. That plane would come back empty. And I knew that we had to look at buildings that were one time on the ground with people in them, and then boom, they're gone. And that had something to do with me. So there was some more that I had to deal with about how I lived and what was going on with me. And I had made a decision to get out of the military and go do something different. But I love the fact that I served my country because I did it voluntarily. So fast forward from that, I get out and everybody's saying, oh, you're going to have no problem finding a job. And I was like, okay, cool, blah, 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 blah. And I wind up building airplanes. And when I wind up building airplanes, I built the first C-17. My name is on the paperwork. Okay. But this is during the era where our economy went to the tank. And within a short period of time, although I had these major firsts, I was also first in line for 5,000 people that became with no jobs, with no economics, because the economic turn had turned upside down. And no one, we were walking resumes. No one wanted to touch me for 2 years unemployed, just doing whatever kind of job, side hustle, whatever you want to call it, trying to do something. People just going out of business like crazy. And so were we. So I did finally get a job, but I was right there in California. And I was like, I always wanted to go to Hollywood. As a matter of fact, I had planned on going to, Hollywood at the time I was in the Air Force. And then I got out. And at the same time, all this stuff happened. And I wind up being on the set, right? I wind up being on the set with Hollywood dreamers, Wesley Snipes, Dennis Hopper, Lolita Davidovich, all right. And I get on this movie called Boiling Point. It was first called Moneyman, but then it changed to Boiling Point. And I'm sitting across the table with Wesley Snipes and his bodyguard, and they're talking to us and telling us all this stuff. And I'm there. But then I find out that I'm having a son. And I get told, by the people that are, talking into your life, hey, you need to be responsible. So I was like, okay. So that little guy was born. And at the same time, I had Corey's dad as my casting agent. And they were doing Freddy Krueger. And I didn't get a chance to do that movie. But here's the thing. I got recruited to UC Davis. And I got recruited to a space that put me all over the map. As a matter of fact, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I'm going to Texas, I'm going here, I'm going there, I'm everywhere. And you see some people there, hey, Martin Luther King's sister right in the middle, right? Athea, right? She's there, right? You got Malik Yoba, he's there, right? I'm on the radio with Jonathan, the buck stops here, right? I'm doing this stuff. I'm doing fatherhood conferences because I'm a father now outside the home, all this kind of stuff. That's Bobby Scott right there, right? In Newport News. I'm working in helping with politics, and I'm there. And he's now Senator Bobby Scott, right? So, Mr. Frazier, success is in your race. And then the beautiful Lisa Ray. I'm right there doing all this cool stuff, y'all. And I'm doing it at a time that, again, there's a switch. I'm trained in 56 of 58 counties. I'm taking information that's in my head and in my heart, and I'm putting it in a place that I can deliver it to people. And it's phenomenal. I'm having a great time. I'm doing some real cool things. But then the California budget shifted. Arnold Schwarzenegger came into office, and he cut the education budget. And all these different people that were bringing us in said, we can't do it anymore. And I wind up losing my contract. I went from like a $70,000 part-time contract to $20,000 of nothing coming in. And I couldn't keep up. And I was already divorced. And my apartment got to the point where I couldn't make my payment. And I knew I had something coming in. I was like, just hold on, just hold on. But by the time I got to that other next little thing, they said, get out. And I was homeless. And once I was homeless, that just started the ball running for all kind of craziness. And the thing is, I attempted to start my training company at a really bad time. I tried to do some different things, right? And the California budget was just crazy. So what happened after that? Well, I found out about something. I said, I'm going to start over. My sister said, come home and start again. So I went back to Newport News, Virginia, and I started over, right? But here's what happened with a guy who had the same situation that I had. He had killed his family. He killed his children, his wife, and then he went to 7-Eleven and killed himself. All of that happened, right, as a result. And I had lost my confidence. I didn't know what I was going to do, but I knew I had to rebuild my life. And what you see there is I started driving a truck, and then the auction happened because he got cancer and his company went under. And I was back at it again, looking for another job. And then you see Dr. Mary T. Christian, right? She's out there. She's doing her thing. She's the first Black delegate for the state of Virginia. I'm working directly with her to try to save the school, the school for the deaf and the blind. And so I get to this point where my life is upside down. But there was this thing called Thomas Nelson out there. And Thomas Nelson asked me to do this. the Impress program. Inmate pre-release success system. I started employability success system. I put together a program that helped young people and old people who found themselves incarcerated behind the bars, right? They had bars. I found a way to help them get jobs. And now here I was, the unemployed guy, helping other people get jobs. And I was traveling through the state of Virginia doing this training. And they invited me to come down to Peninsula Jail. And I went there. And behind the bars, I started having success, helping those people get prepared before they get out. And then this program just blew up. They started offering them a way that they can get credit and all kind of cool stuff, right? So that was me restarting my life. That was going at it one more time. And the city of Hampton has said thank you. During that time, I actually got acknowledged as the employee of the year, the #1 employee in the entire city of Hampton. How do you do that? You do it because you show up. Your story has profit in it. Your story has something that you can take out and create a book, create a course, create a training manual, create all types of products and services and things of this nature. It's really a lot. And all I got to do is sit down with you for just a little while and help you cultivate that opportunity. And so I'm inviting you to go to Discover Your Tag, discoveryourtag.com. Discover your TAG, discoveryourtag.com. Check it out. Go there, down at the bottom to the right, and make an appointment, right? I'm going to give you some of my time. My hours are now, it costs for me to sit down with you for some hours. So I'm going to give it to you free. I'm going to give it to you so we can have a real conversation, dialogue, to see where you might want to go and see how I can help you. It's called the No More Crumbs, Discover Your Tag. All right, because see, that came again, birthed out of this book. I was on stages, but I didn't have a book. And someone said, you're leaving money on the table. And I said, what are you talking about? They said, you're leaving money on the table. You need to have a book because you can make sales in the back of the room. And I started doing just that. I produced this book. I sent it to a couple of places to try to get published, and nobody would touch it. I wasn't a nobody to them. But then someone told me about self-publishing. And today, I teach self-publishing from scratch. How you can take that idea, take it out of your head, out of your heart, into your hands so other people can consume it, right? And I turned that into an asset. And that's what I want to talk to you about today. That's what I'm telling you about, okay? So think about this. Who's these two people, right? Les Brown and Willie Jolly, two of America's top Black presenters. And I was working with both of them. All right. So it's like you could be in the right place in the right time. If you don't do the right thing, you're still not going to be successful. And I didn't have anybody mentoring me to help me get there, but I want to mentor you. I want to help you get there. And see, we could collapse time with mentorship. So this is an income disclaimer. Whatever income I might share, this is saying to you is not typical for everybody. It's only typical for those that put the work in. The average person doesn't take any action. They still got stuff all over their computer they didn't do nothing with. I got stuff I got on my computer I didn't do nothing with. I got distracted. We're going to get rid of distractions. But here's the thing. So you got this quadrant, right? Cash flow quadrant. It was made famous by Robert Kiyosaki in his book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. But what he said in there is this. You could be an employee. You can be self-employed. You're on that side, the E and the S. You're working for money. You traveling, you're doing all kind of cool stuff, but it's in somebody else's pocket, right? But on the other side, B&I quadrant, this business owner, you have a system. And when you own a system, the system can be paying you while you're sleeping. The system can be making things happen while you're just on vacation. So basically, you've found a way to make passive income. And even if it's active income, because you got to be present, the fact is you can use systems to get that money back and forth without having to do a whole lot. It's really cool because you got to set that stuff up. And when you set it up, the system I use right now is Samcart. I deliver stuff to people. One time they go down, they look at the information, they make a decision, they buy. They don't have to look and search for the button. They don't have to go to the pages and go through a bunch of crap. And I don't sit there and tell them a crazy old story that doesn't give them anything. But here's the juice, right? So you got something on the inside of you, and all I got to do is help you cultivate it. And once you cultivate it, you can decide to stop playing on the E and S side and then go over to the B and the I side. Think about Monopoly, right? You want to be the one who gets around. But here's some 4 things that you want to pay attention to. Taxes, right? Because you pay taxes before you pay Jesus. hmm Before you give to Buddha and all the rest of them, you got to pay taxes if you're in America, right? Because they take that straight out your pocket. The other thing is inflation. Right now, how much does it cost for a house? You know, when I was a little kid, the house was $29,000. The same house right now today is on the market for $400,000. Same house. But guess how much the dollar buys? Less. Then you got debt, right? So again, if you just keep going around the rat race, round in circle, just pass go, collect $200, and somebody else is buying property, somebody else is buying a utility, somebody else is putting money on this and doing that and making deals, and you keep going around, sooner or later you're gonna land on one of those spots and you're gonna be bankrupt. Everything's gonna be gone. That debt. We're gonna talk about taking debt and changing it, put it on top of turn it upside down, right? And then consumption. Of course, we're consumers, so that we consume, but sometimes people are playing like they wealthy, right? They got the big old house, the big old car, the cool old watch, but everything is on lease, everything is on borrowed time. And it is really, because I mean, think about it, you don't take none of it with you. None of it. But you could transfer it from generation to generation to generation. And if you can't do that, then that's because you're not really building wealth for your family, or like building something that you can leave, that the family can use later on. All right. But on the other side, this guy got like some modest house, modest watch, modest car, but he has $500,000 in the bank, right? Which guy do you want to be? You could be a both. You could be a consumer and still have a ball. But I just want to say you might want to pay attention to this, right? So, a case for your talent, abilities, and gifts. Again, talent, natural aptitude, something that you just do naturally. Nobody has to tell you anything about it, versus your ability. These are things where you have developed, right? Your proficiency in a particular area. You know, not only are you good at basketball, but you're the bomb at taking a 3-point shot. Think of Steph Curry. He takes a shot and then he walks away and he doesn't even look, because he is so confident that he put the right mechanics together to get that ball into the hoop, that he's on to the other side. 99% of the time, guess what? Poof, it's in the basket. Now, has he missed a few? Yes, he has, but he has amazing ability. And in some cases, it's a gift. It's notably capacity. It's notable, right? Now, his is notable. Michael Jordan, notable. These people, Serena Williams, notable, right? Okay. Their talent is so beyond everybody else's. Think about Venus and Serena. No one has won as many doubles as they have. They set the record. They came in the game way late and just blew everybody out the water, right? Because they were just amazing at what they did when it came to the basics. They knew how to get their stuff done. Here's another fact for you, right? 54% of everybody living on paycheck to paychecks living, right? You want that lifestyle that's different, right? You want that lifestyle that's different. So I say, stop waiting for the crumbs. Turn your passion into profits and reimagine your debt. See, debt, dreams, and discover something about you that you can now use out in the marketplace. I say, elevate your expertise. That's why this shirt, elevate. You want one of these? All you got to do is reach out. You send me an email, ask for requests, and I'll get you one of these shirts. It's minimal cost, right? Expense reallocation, right? So you want to look at, how can I take the money that I spend every day and reallocate it toward my business, so that now I can get a tax advantage from it versus it taking money out of my pocket, right? I want to show you exactly how to set your business up so you can do that. You structure it the right way, right? Be a solution magnet, right? You birth the business and then you solve problems for people. You help them solve problems. Maybe you help, I don't know, whatever it is, make tea. Okay, you got the best tea for somebody who's trying to, sleep at night. You got a little solution. You're like, hey, or you got a green smoothie, right? That you're gonna help. Look at the green smoothies. Look them up. Thousands of people have created recipes for green smoothies to help people lose weight and do better in their health, right? And that might be you, right? Think about how you could be a solution magnet, right? And think and think and think. Think and grow rich. You think and then you do activity, right? You got to do income producing activities, not just do stuff to do stuff, but you do some activities that work. And here's the thing about your job. Let me say this. Your job is your seed. Your job is your seed. Yeah, your job is your seed, y'all. Take the money that you make on your job and take a piece of it and start building your own wealth. Start building your systems. Start putting stuff together about what you have to bring into the earth, and you're able to move forward. I'm going to sit down with you and create a strategy. All right. This is called your passion to profits plan. It's your life plan. It's a plan that's going to help you get what you need to do. Like in this book right here, I help them plan on what they're going to do before they get out. Because see, they get out and go to their old neighborhood, and next thing you know, you're right back into the rat trap. Here's the thing, and I'm going to have you ask yourself some serious questions like, who are you going to sleep with? Where are you going to put your head? How are you going to make sure you get around? Are you going to go drive your car that's broke, or your car that you don't have a license and now you wind up violating your parole because of something stupid? All right. Are you going to have your friends, your homeboys that you used to hang out with, jump in the car so y'all can go down to, I don't know, go to 7-Eleven or something like that, and then you get pulled over and he got a gun on him and now you go to jail? I mean, come on, it's stupid, right? But I help them understand to have a plan. So your seed, if we're going to show you how to take your seed and create a plan, right? Simplicity creates success. Duplication creates wealth. We're going to put something together, simplicity, right? We're going to create something that's successful. Then you're going to find a way that you now duplicate it. You put it out in the earth on a regular basis. I mean, it is so powerful that people want to do it, and you're going to be the one to show them exactly how, right? And here's the thing about this. I'm doing this webinar right now, right? I can take the same footage and then I can cut it up and send it all over the world, right? Because of technology. And people can watch this every single day. And one person contact me, then 3 people contact me, then 9 people contact me, and you go ahead up with the numbers, right? But when 1,000 people contact me and they all decide to pay, I don't know, $100, what did I make, y'all? What did I make, y'all? What will you make? You got to understand, simplicity creates success, and then duplication creates the wealth. Because now we're going to take that thing and ramp it up. They call it scaling it. So what's on your mind? What's your thing? What's something that you can do, right? What are you doing? When you do these things, they just get you really excited. You just feel passionate about something. Sleeping, right? Ask yourself this question. Is anyone making money doing it? Or you might ask yourself an even better question so you can get to the target of it all, right? So you can niche down to it. Who is making money doing this thing, right? Who is making money doing these things, right? You could be a crow, you do a needlepoint, but if you do needlepoint really, really well, there is a whole bunch of people that just want to know, how do you do needlepoint? So you're going to target down, you're going to niche down with that, right? So we talk about solving the pain points. We talking about implementing a strategy. We talk about, and we give you a strategy that you can use. We give you a system that you can use that gets results. We help you take and move your passion and your love into a place that now you can make it, pay back to you. Okay. We talk about how do you set up and identify your niche market? How do you specialize in an area, right? See, if I go to a generalist, I just show up at the doctor's office and like, hey, I got a pain in my side. They're like, okay, here, take some medicine, go home, right? As opposed to someone that's like, oh, what's over here on the side is such and such, so and so and so and so. So let's look at those 3 things and see if we can figure out what the problem is. And then they go, oh, you got a such and such muscle, and that muscle has been injured, and therefore you have sa da 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 da, right? The specialist. Now the specialist gets paid more because they niche down to a specific thing. That's what you want to do, right? And we show you how. I show you how. I walk you through these processes so that you can do it yourself, or you do it with us and we help you make it happen, right? So everyone can learn from you. How can you help others improve their lives? Maybe you've overcome something, like in my case, I could talk about abuse intimately because I know what that is, to be standing on a wall with an adult who decided to smack me in the head with their shoe, or decided to twist my arm until she broke it. That actually happened. And because that happened, I could tell some other young kid how not to be hardened to the point that you want to do a crime because of what this adult did to you. Some women been raped by their own fathers. I can talk to them about the passion and the compassion and the things that's inside their heart that will consume them if they don't figure it out. What's your value that you can add? What results can you get? People pay you for results, and this is for all kind of stuff, right? Help people enroll in college, help them improve their golf game, help them, get healthy drinks, maybe fix their credit, I don't know, increase their mental health, help new coaches understand coaching, I don't know, whatever it is that you have, you can do it. Teach people to sleep better, and in some cases just build something, build a website, build a blog site, build a site. That's what I did for my client, right? Because I had a client who had an idea. This is a storybook. She just had an idea. She didn't have this character. I helped her create this character. She had another book, and it was really a whole bunch of writing and everything like that. And I was like, children ain't gonna write. I mean, I don't think too many parents and children are gonna like that. And we were turning it into this story, right? We were able to manage it differently, right? Manage it differently. I think you can see that, maybe, right? So I was able to help her discover a person named Tanky, right? She could take Tanky and put Tanky on shirts and baskets and booklet bags and all kind of cool stuff, right? But I had to also help her get a website because we are global. We are all over the place. Online is always open. If it's not open right here, it's open somewhere else. And so you want to take an opportunity to connect to someone else. Maybe I'm talking to somebody in the Netherlands right now. Maybe I'm talking to someone that's just waking up over there in Hawaii right now, or wherever it may be. I don't know what the time frames are, but maybe they're in Dubai, maybe they're in China, maybe they're in Thailand, and they speak, English. They're listening, all right? Or maybe they didn't even speak English. They got it transferred, and they're translating it into their language, and they're saying, "Yes, I have a tag, a talent, an ability, a gift," right? Because it's always open. And here's the real cool stuff about doing business, right? Products and services on the internet versus your town. I could do products and services to thousands and thousands of people, and I don't have to even worry about my town. Or I could do really niche down to just my neighborhood, just my city, and still hit about 400,000 people, and then expand from there, right? So you can do business anywhere because users are everywhere in the world. And so that's what we want to do. We want to help you tap into this world market. Because here's the thing about online education and courses, right? This is a course I took as a military person, right? Boots to business, right? And it was this idea that you could have your business and put it out there. And here's the thing, the online education market is blowing up right now. There are niches within the niche, but it's a $4.3 billion email business because you can send out emails to everybody in the world because no matter what system that they have, they need to have an email. And I learned that from Anik Singhal, right? You probably seen this guy, he's in all over the place. But I went to the Learn Center, and I was one of the first people to join up with the Learn Center when it became an actual location you can go to. But one of the things they talked about is email marketing and how you could use an email. So I started, building my email marketing with my MailChimp. And MailChimp is cool because what it's going to do is it's going to clean your lists and make sure you don't send out any spam and stuff like that. And so now I can send out thousands of messages about that. Like I'm going to send out a message about this. Go check out the live, right? Go check out the Black Friday live because I want you to be on my team. I want you to learn how to take what you know and turn it into cash flow. I want you to elevate your expertise. I want you to go to discoveryourtag.com, discoveryourtag.com, and make an appointment with me, right? And that stuff will be in the description and all that later on. But right now, you can go right there and you can make an appointment and get started on moving your dream from thought to reality. Think and grow rich means you got to not only think about it, but you need to now cultivate so it can grow and take some action, right? So you got these industries out there, right? And the fact is, you're going to adapt a millionaire mindset. So see, listen, the person who owns this big old house and big old boat or whatever it is, right? You want to, drive the boat up to the house and go in the house and get some water and then go roll out. Okay, whatever. The fact is they had to adapt a millionaire mindset, not a scarcity mindset. They had to believe it's possible. They had to go after it. And I want to help you with your mindset too, right? We help you with your internal drive, what's going on the inside of you to move you to the next level. And it's called No More Crumbs, Your Passion to Profits Life Plan. This plan is designed to help you take some serious action. Not just think about what you're doing, but actually plan it out and go do it. And we help you overcome some of these things. I don't have a problem to solve. I don't know how to make it a market. I don't know what about a product. I tried this before and it didn't work. I don't know. I don't have any money for ads. Blah, 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 blah. You start sounding like Charlie Brown. Wah, 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 wah. Right? We want to help you get out of that because you have expertise, you have genius, you have a knack, you have a capability, and people will pay you for it because you're proficient at it. You have an ability, you have things to do, write stories, visualize the end, understand how to get results, create recipes, all those kind of things, organize garages. Do you know there's somebody that's making $1 million teaching people how to handstand? How to handstand all across the world, going to real cool places and handstanding, right? It's a gift. You might sing, you might act, you might, I don't know, design. You might be very tech savvy, whatever it may be. You can help other people. You paint. Let's turn it into something. For me, it was photography. I took my photography to the next level. I say, it was just a cool little thing that I was doing. But now I'm teaching it at the community college and I'm teaching it online. And I'm about to start selling my photos, right? I've been putting my photos out there and people been saying, ooh, ah, ooh, wee, wow, that's beautiful. And I'm putting it on clothes. I'm putting it on apparel. It's amazing what's about to happen. I want you to come along with me, okay? So I know you have a solution, solution. It's a solution in your soul. And I want to help you cultivate out that solution. Right? So I'm inviting you to meet with me, and I could do a group as well, just like I did with the mastermind group. This mastermind group, okay, I got them all together in one place and started working with them, the whole group, okay? I got this one young lady one-on-one, right? And got her to the point that now she has a website, she has an information site, she can do signed books, and you can just go buy the book off of Amazon. It's phenomenal. It's set up just for that. It's really, really cool, right? And so people do other things for a number of different emotions. Love. They do a lot of stuff out of love. Entire whole countries are underground as a result of love. The person loved this person who was not good for them. Think about the story in the Bible, Samson and Delilah, right? I mean, my man was jacked up. He was like, yo, I'm going to go ahead and tell you my secret. He was so into it. He was like, girl, yeah, just take my hair off. And she was like, got you. Because he was all crazy about her, right? But pain and pleasure, those are the drivers. Either it's too much pain, so you go do something, or you got a lot of pleasure to go after, so you go do something. Well, which one is it you? Some of us fail to do things because of pain, and we do things because of pleasure. Who are you afraid to be? I want you to think about that. Who are you afraid to be? Because, see, there's greatness on the inside of you, and it's waiting for you. I'm trying to tell you. I've been at this game for a little bit of time, right? But I wasn't in it to win it the way I should have been. But I am now, and it's paying off in dividends. All right. I want you to challenge your belief system. What do you believe about yourself? Remember this? There was a cartoon. It was Dennis the Menace, and it was during Christmas time, during the holidays. And Dennis was sitting on Santa's lap, and he's whispering into Santa's ear. And when he whispered, he said, "Do you believe in you?" I'm asking you that same question. I want you to challenge your belief. Do you believe in you? Or are you going to believe what everybody else said? Are you believing what your third grade teacher might have said? Do you believe when somebody says something who don't even know you? You believe on some comment that you left on Facebook or Twitter or someplace like that, somewhere on social media. Do you believe that? Or do you believe that you were born with greatness on the inside of you, and you have a mission on the earth, and you have a possibility that all you got to do is take the right actions? Actions that lead to good results. And these are profitable actions, not just doing stuff. Because you could be busy going nowhere, right? I could ask you to move around in circles, and all you do is stay right here in this one spot, right? As opposed to move forward and take two baby steps. And you take two baby steps, baby steps, baby steps, baby steps. Guess what? You still moving. It's up to you, but you got to challenge that belief, right? That mindset. Remember that picture I showed? This person just believed it more. They just took action. Now I know some people got it because they was born with a silver spoon, but there's a lot of millionaires out there. They were not born with silver spoons. They just had an idea and they took the tenacity. They took hold of it and they worked all the way through it. They did this. They saw where the field was going and they decided to go the opposite way. What is it that you could do opposite of everybody else? They're doing this and they're doing that you can go the other way about it, right? And create something phenomenal for yourself. See, you got a legacy on the inside of you ready to be birthed. You don't have to settle for the crumbs, y'all. You can be in a situation where you make some better decisions for what you want out of your life. Right? You're going to knock that stuff out. Pow, bam, like Batman. Remember that? Right? Beer, beer. You blowing through some things, right? And you get into that place that you say, I'm possible, not impossible. I'm possible. It's possible for me. You are enough. You got what it takes. All you got to do is have it cultivated and believe it. And if you believe it, I give you this thing called the ABCs of disputation. In the back of my book, I have an actual workbook, right? I have a workbook back here, and it's talk about my disputation. And it's this idea that you could dispute any particular thing, your argument, your belief that supports the argument, and then what's your challenge? How do you challenge that belief? I talk about your unique position in the earth. What have you been uniquely qualified to tell people? What is it about your life that's unique differently, even if it was negative? Because see, when I talk to young people about abuse, I can talk with passion about it because I got the scar right here where Miss Pickens put me upside the wall and she said I lied about my test because I didn't study. And I was like, I didn't need to study. And she said, you cheated. And I said, no, I didn't cheat. And she said, tell me the truth. Bam! And hit me in the head. And I was like, I didn't know. I was 10 years old. And then she hit me again. Pow! And my whole face exploded, blood everywhere. This was the person that's supposed to love me. This was the adult in my life. Me and my brother was in foster care with this lady for a short period of time. And I still believe right now today, we both go through things because of her. But I had to believe something different for myself. It's possible. See, I don't want you to just think outside the box. I want you to think like there is no box, right? You have an idea. You got to get up there and look around. You got to look at opportunity. You could be the answer, the solution. What solution can you bring? Because you get paid to solve solutions and then solve problems, and you become the one who has the answer, right? And you can create profits from it. Right? There are people all over. You look at this little map right here. This is New York City, right? And there's people all over who are waiting, looking for you. You looking for them. And all we got to do is connect to them and solve their problem, help them get it. They want to lose 5 pounds, and you're the one that showed them how to lose 5 pounds in a healthy way. They want to have a better relationship with their son or their daughter, and you showed them how to have a better relationship in a healthy way. They want to eat more vegetables. You want to show them how to cook them and make them better than everybody else. Look at Martha Stewart, right? Martha Stewart was the bomb. This lady is something else, right? She just came in and said, listen, if Julia Childs could show people how to cook a turkey, I'm going to show them how they could just, fix up the house for the turkey and make millions. And now she's branded, and almost every household knows her name. Why? What does she have that you don't have? More time? What does Oprah have that you don't have? Different days? They all have the same thing we have every single day. Same amount of breaths if they stay awake another day. Right? I mean, same heartbeat, same skin, same blood flowing. Well, what do they do differently with their day? That's going to be the thing. Think about this. The man who taught Tiger Woods when he won all those green jackets, right? He went and he won in Georgia. He put on the green jackets. But this guy, Steve Williams, he didn't have no green jacket, but he knew how to get you a green jacket. Muhammad Ali, greatest fighter to ever live, right? From his era. And I'm not going to dispute who's the best fighter now because people talk about, was it Mike Tyson? Is it the other guy, right? Um, Mayweather and all that stuff. But look, Muhammad Ali was taught by Angela Dundee. And Angelo Dundee knew how to help a fighter become the better fighter. He had never beat anyone as a world class, heavyweight champion, but he knew how to make a heavyweight champion. What do you know how to help somebody do better than they can do themselves? Right? The millionaire mindset looks for solutions. The millionaire mindset looks at things a different way. Look outside the box. They don't even think like there's a box. They go past the box, right? They look at things in a way better environment. They look at, how can I take a 1 star and turn it into a 5 star? Glenn Stearns, he was another guy. He saw something in the marketplace and he said, I got enough money. I got enough money. Matter of fact, I got billions. Billions he has. Real estate developer, all kind of cool stuff. Started all kind of businesses. Started with nothing. Started with a couple of dollars and a friend and an idea. He didn't have money, no silver spoon, no parents that had money, none of that. But he built to a $1 billion industry. And he started this thing called the Undercover Billionaire, where he said, I can go to any town, drop me off in that town, give me some time, and within a certain amount of days, I will have a company that is valuated at $1 million. And he did it. And then he invited other people to do it. Why? Because, see, they had fear. They had something different in their mind, and he had to challenge it. Like the elephant runs from a mouse. It has the capacity to not just stomp on the mouse, but actually obliterate, obliterate. I come up with a new word, obliterate it, right? If they stepped on it. But instead, they run from it because of fear, something of the unknown. I want you to feel the fear and do it anyway. Got that from Jack Canfield back in the day, right? I worked for the Goals program with the Chicken Soup for the Soul. Before all that happened, he had the Goals program, right? And we talked to people about having a goal and smart goals and how you could take that and really, run with it. And I was doing good for a little while, but then I got sidetracked, got distracted, got off the plan, and didn't stay connected. I want you to stay connected. But I have some systems now that'll help you stay connected, right? And so this is my team. I mean, I had some people that helped, discover their tag. They turned their passion into profits. They got their gift idea and they're profitable with it. I want you to do the same thing. All you got to do is join in with me. Go to discoveryourtag.com. Discoveryourtag.com. Your talent, your ability, your gift. We're going to take it out of your head, out of your heart, and put it into the earth, right? It's set up for you to win if you know how to win. There was a pastor out there, Pastor Vernon. He had a story to tell, right? COVID hit. COVID hit. And it hit his family really hard. He wound up being in the hospital on a respirator. And on his respirator, he had said, if I live, I'm going to tell this story. And he lived, y'all. As a matter of fact, he was on the respirator where they was telling the family prepare for his death. And then within 24 hours of that time, he was walking out of the hospital. He was walking out. And he made a declaration, I'm going to tell this story. So he reached out and he said, listen, can you help me publish my book? And now he's a published author. He's doing speaking engagements. He's doing his thing, right? Healed in 24 hours. He tells this COVID-19 story. What do you have on the inside of you that you can tell? See, I want to show you how to make a K a day, part-time, right? I got proof. I can show you where, 2,000 and change in one day, right? Why? Elevate your expertise, turn it into a course. Inside the niche market of all that other stuff is this other market called courses. And it's a $64 billion industry inside all this other stuff. Online, it's crazy. Where you can take your book, you turn it into a book, and then you take the book and you turn it into a course. You turn the course into a mastermind. You turn the mastermind into an online group coaching, and a group coaching into a one-on-one coaching, and then you have a consulting company. I mean, it is phenomenal what you can do if you take the actions. And some of you don't know like what action to take. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here. I'm going to give you a strategy. I'm going to give you a plan. I'm going to help you plan out your actions. I'm going to have accountability team. give you calls, send you text messages, find out where are you right now with your situation. Did you do your assignment? Did you understand the assignment? And when you understand the assignment, you can execute. I have another shirt that says execute, right? It's part of my merch. Elevate your expertise. Let's get this thing done, right? I had courses made easy. It's not available right now. If you go there, you probably get a broken link or whatever. So I'm not going to tell you to go there, but it's going to be live again for whenever I do another one of these courses made easy seminars. Okay. Let me talk about this big dream idea, right? Ideation. This idea, you just ideate, you think about it, right? Here's this young lady who loves creativity. She loves voices and creating voices and has a creative mind and had this idea with puppets and stuff like this. And it was like, hey, you're getting an allowance of $20 from your mom. What if you took that $20 and you did an advertisement and you found some other people and you found 100 people who would pay you $200 to do a party for their kids? Then what would you make? Right? So she was able to, I was able to show her how she could elevate her expertise in this area that she just plays with while she's waiting for her mom to give her $20. That's like you waiting for your paycheck. You're going around expecting things to change, right? You're going around, go, pass, go, pick up $200, pass, go, pick up $200. You're just going around the board. Sooner or later, you're going to land on somebody's stuff. And when you do, they're going to bankrupt you. Why? Because you don't own nothing. You ain't creating nothing. You're not doing anything with what you got. We want to show you how to do that, right? I want to show you exactly how to take your tag and do the same thing. Turn it into profits. Take your passion, turn it into profits. No matter what it is, you have a passion for people with disabilities, turn it into something. You have a passion for writing scripts, turn it into a movie. I got my man Michael Cleo's chin is out there. Michael and Desiree, I helped them do their book called Almost Not Born. And then and when they got done with that, they decided to do a movie, The Root of All Evil. And now it's on Tubi, on TV, making all kind of impressions across the internet, setting him up to now he can actually do other projects. And I got a project in his hand right now, just waiting for him to say yes, waiting for the green light. Take what you know, turn it into cash flow. Hey, I've been hanging out with you for about an hour and change. This is Discover Your Tag, Turn Your Passion into Profits. This is the Black Friday event. Black Friday event that is set up to get you going so that when you walk into 2023, you walking with determination, you walking with purpose, you walking with intention, you are focused, right? I want you to get started now. I don't want you to wait to 2023 and come up with some New Year's resolution. No, I want you to have some processes going already, have some programs already set up, have a plan in place so that you can just execute that plan. And when you execute that plan, you're going to elevate your expertise. You're going to turn what you know into cash flow, and you're going to be in a way better place by the time 2023 comes. You're going to see this repeated over and over and over live right here on YouTube. You're going to see it on Facebook. You're going to see it on Twitter. You're going to see it across the internet in all kinds of different ways, places and spaces. You're going to get it in your email. But it's coming to you. And it's the same presentation, right? Because you have something on the inside of you. You have greatness on the inside of you. It's time for you to cultivate that greatness and turn it into something that can pay for you and your family to enjoy that beautiful vacation you've always dreamed about. I don't know what it is that you've always wanted to do, but go ahead and write that in the chat, write that in something, write that in the comment section, but let us know, what is it you want to do, right? Because we're going to show you how to take your story and turn it into something. Maybe you want to turn it into merchandise. Maybe you want to turn it into cups and saucers. Maybe you want to turn it into hats and shirts or underwear. I mean, you can actually today print on demand underwear. So if you got a good, cool thing that you're working with, we can help you put that together. So I'm going to ask you, what's next? What's on your agenda? What do you have that you can put into the earth and really do something with it? What are the next steps? Here's the next steps. I want you to go to discoveryourtag.com. Go down to the right-hand side, and I want you to say, hey, let's chat. You're going to click on let's chat and set an appointment, and you and I are going to have a conversation. This is absolutely costing you nothing. I have decided that I'm giving this game right here away so that I can get you into the conversation that you need to have about your own dream. Because I already know something about you. If you knew what to do, you'd be doing it already. If you knew what to do and you really were confident, you'd be doing it already. So I know how it is to have an idea and not know what to do next. And I've done these things so I can take you to the next step, the next level. And if I can't take you to that fullness, there are people around me that can do that. I told you I was part of the comeback champions. They looked for people who had came back from adversity. And they said, we want you to talk to these people. They had over, I think it was 20 something thousand people online at one time for that one thing. And I was one of the voices that they heard. But I could just be that one person in your voice, that one voice that you heard that could put you in front of 20,000 people. Would you let me do that? Why do you think people get excited about their job every single day? It's because they love what they do and they do what they love. What is it about people that they're willing to go and live in a living hell than to choose an unknown heaven? What is it about them? What is it about you that you can have a dream and keep deferring that dream, allowing it to just fester and sit in the background? You think you're not good enough? You think you don't have what it takes? Or maybe you just need some coaching. You need a consultant to sit there and say, what about this? What about that? What about this? Ask you the right questions so you can solve your own problem and then go solve problems for other people. What's next for you? Know what you want, go after it. Challenge your limiting belief, be self directed. Get a goal, figure out the options. You're going to be fine. Check your reality, right? And have the will to go forth. All right. My name is Dwayne Ross. I am the author of the book, No More Crumbs from the Table, celebrating you discovering your tag, your talent, your ability, your gift, and putting it to work in the earth. I want you to succeed, right? I want you to be like, hey, like Janice did. You know, she wrote this book. I want you to be like Stan in his mastermind group. I want you to be like I was, right? On the campus, going out there helping people. I want you to do what Onyx talks about, circle the profit, right? I want you to leave a legacy for your family. I want you to be that person who decides today is over. And the day you decide is already over because now it's just you going about your business. It's about you just now executing your plan, elevating your expertise and putting it out there. I want to help you do it. My name is Dwayne Ross, author of the book, No More Crumbs from the Table. No more crumbs now, right? No more crumbs now, okay? And this is celebrating you discovering your tag, your talent, your ability, your gift, and putting it to work in the earth. You don't have to settle for the crumbs. You don't have to wait for somebody to retire. You don't have to wait for somebody to give you permission. I'm telling you, permission is already granted, right? All you got to do is take the actions. There are actions that all you got to do is have a plan. I'm going to give you the scoop. I'm going to give you the play. I'm going to give you the plan. I'm going to help you move into making this thing happen for you. All right. So don't just stare at the steps. I want you to step up the stairs. See, so many people, they wait for permission. They're waiting for someone to tell them, it's okay, you can do it. You don't have to do this, you don't have to do that. But I want you to discover your tag. Turn your passion into profits. Let's get your gift. Your gift is profitable. Your story needs to live. You have what it takes. I want to say thank you very much for rolling with me. Again, it's not easy doing these lives because you never know how well it's going. But hey, we're at the end of our time together. And I want to say thank you. If you need to reach out to me, all you got to do is go to discoveryourtag.com, and everything is right there. Photography is there. How to use the SAM card is there. Use it for free for 30 days is right there. Go down to the left-hand side, it's right there. Try it out. And of course, if you're not sure what to do, let's get together and talk. Let's talk. I have a program strictly for you. And let me say this. Don't worry about the costs. Because I never lost a customer because of cost. Because I make it affordable. I work with your budget. I'm not going to be one of those guys like $4,999.99 or else. No, I'm going to work with you. We're going to sit down and we're going to craft out a plan that works for you. You make a deposit and we get started. Just that simple. It's just that simple. What are you going to do? I look forward to seeing you soon on the next page, the next post, the next YouTube video, or the next live. It's really up to you. All right? We'll see you.